Prestige Group is in focus. Chairman Managing Director Irfan Razack is joining us now. Irfan, thank you very much for chatting with us today. We were just talking, Anisha and I, the amount of launches Prestige Group is in focus, expanding in new areas, geographies, so many launches, a lot of activity happening at the company. And is it the industry tailwind which is driving, or generally the focus to outperform the industry? What's happening?
Good morning. Yeah, I mean, our team is working hard and they definitely want to outperform. The going is good. We have a good traction. We have a good launch pipeline. We have great projects. And I think now we've mastered the art of designing projects, getting the approvals, and then going for the launches. And I think things have happened well. Our recent big launch was in Hyderabad a couple of weeks ago, which is the Prestige City Hyderabad. And I we are pretty pleased in the way it has performed and the response that we've got. And I believe that will be a big number mover for us in this quarter.
Understand your view on inventories versus launches. What happens is that, I mean, not in your industry, in almost every industry, there are some early movers who invest in inventory in bad times. But then there a bulk of the offering actually comes either when we are middle of the cycle or towards the fag end of the cycle, right? So luxury end of inventories, how much is the inventory in the system right now in your view, and what are the kind of launches which are there in the system?
Now, just let me come to inventory. See, the thing is, the way the sales have happened in the last few quarters, the pressure is on us to launch more because the inventory is almost nil. So unless I don't bring in new product into the market, we will not be able to get the top line sales. So with that pressure, new launches are coming in and those are getting taken up. And that's a good sign. And again, the pressure is to build that. Now, to the other part of the question which you asked me, how does that work? How do those launches happen? Yes, see, it's a pipeline that we have to keep looking at various cities in different places. The process is acquisition of land, and then it's the planning, then approval, and then RERA, and then finally bring it to the market. So it's a huge lag from the time we give a nod for a particular piece of land. And then finally it comes into the market. At times it takes even 2 years, 3 years for it to really fructify. And then we bring the product to the market. So we've been quite fortunate that at the right time, we've got the right products and there has been a good response. And I think all our locations are really fabulous. So that's the reason for the success.
Since you're talking about land acquisition being as one of the first steps, let me just deep dive into that. We understand you have almost 500 acres of land bank right now. What's the potential of adding into it? Are you looking at aggressively banking in more land acquisitions?
No, our job is to convert land to property to launches. So we never want to hold on to land and add up more and more. It doesn't work that way because there's a cost to hold land. So the best thing is, on the moment you give a nod for a particular piece of land, you have to work hard to see that you bring it into the market and have the launch. So that's the important part, and that's the endeavor that we are on. And we are not in the land banking mode because that definitely won't help. But yes, to have the pipeline, we do need to buy land and then bring that to the market, like I said, from the time of acquisition, either by way of a joint development or by way of buying land and bringing it to the market. There's a lag of almost 2 to 3 years.
Can you also give us a sense, Mr. Razack, morning, firstly, in terms of the overall pricing scenario overall, because there have been reports talking about price rise of 13 to even 30% over the last 3 years. What is the trend that you foresee, and what is it that we've witnessed over the last few months or so across the board?
See, the input costs have gone up. When I say input costs, is the land, is the construction, is the construction materials, labor. For the last 2 to 3 years, all of this has progressively gone up. Of course, in line with the inflation, and at times land price also does go up, looking at the euphoria of what the market is. And these are all our inputs. And once that goes up, obviously, even overheads are more. So taking that in mind, we have to calculate and reach at the selling price, and also we have to be careful to price it in such a way which has the acceptability for the market. If I overprice a product, then there's no acceptability. We can just be quoting any price, but we're not able to sell. Another big thing that we have done in our company is we have a price list. We fix our prices, and there's no guessing the price. It's all there in black and white. So makes it very, very easy for the customer also to decide. And then that becomes a very transparent way of doing things. Yes, but net, the price has gone up from the last 3 years, but slowly, gradually. We don't want it to go too high, but at the same time, we have to see that the bottom line is protected. And like I said about overheads, we are very careful on overheads, but there is expenses, and that needs to be also looking at.
Out of that, I just wanted to get your feedback on the cost increases which we are seeing. One is that the ambition of the company would be to protect the margins at a certain level along with volume growth, right? But what we are getting feedback from the industry is that material cost is one thing. The other major issue is wages and manpower availability, which is taking a toll on the prices. Is that a big issue now? Is it under check or is getting contained?
No, labor is a major component, of course, and labor, I mean, whatever we are paying labor, still I would say they are underpaid. But then getting labor, skilled labor is a problem because there's a lot of construction that's happening across. It's not only construction projects, realty projects, but there's also infra projects that are going on. So every contractor is stretched for getting more and more labor. And our focus is to our contractors is please bring more labor, otherwise productivity doesn't happen. We can't meet timelines. We also have commitments on RERA. So there's that thing that goes on all the time. And I believe that's a tightrope walk that we have to do. And because of lack of the availability of labor, obviously the wages go up. It's all a matter of demand supply.
Sure. On that note, Mr. Razack, we'll let you go. Appreciate you making time and speaking with ET now. In the meantime,